Graham Souness, a man loved by Rangers fans for his legacy at the club. Viewed by many as a true Rangers player who left everything on the pitch and would do anything for the club. Today, Souness is recognised by football fans for his tendency to speak his mind, regardless of how controversial his opinions may be. In today's video, we have an interview to share with you from the man himself, where he comments openly about his verdict on the 49ers takeover and what it could mean for the club, and also the appointment of Barry Ferguson as interim manager roles. We will look into this in today's video, whilst also going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Graham Souness is hopeful the proposed 49ers Enterprises takeover at Rangers will catapult the club to success. The former Ibrox player and manager reckons discussions over investment into the club can only be good news, but warned there are no guarantees of success. Souness, who managed a Scotland side in a Shooting Stars charity match to raise funds for Alzheimer's Scotland, is desperate to see Rangers back to bring in better players in the transfer market. Rangers officials have been in discussions with 49ers Enterprises, an investment wing of the San Francisco 49ers, for months over a possible takeover. The group already owns Leeds United, and leading figures are keen to purchase a significant stake at Ibrox. Have a listen to this.
Deeply disappointed in the result. Didn't start well, and then when a couple of goals behind, then it's very difficult. It was disappointing.
What do you make of the decision to make Barry Robson the interim manager?
That's not for me to comment on. I know Barry. I buffed him when I was manager of Blackburn. I know he's a good guy. I know he's a football man. I know he knows the football club, and I only wish him well.
When you became Rangers manager, you could say it was a similar situation as what Rangers need now. What did you learn from that as your time as Rangers manager?
It's a very different story. It's a very different football club to the one I worked at. We have lots of funds to work with. Things have been tight at that club in the recent history, and hopefully that's about to change.
Yeah, there's been talk of the investment. Are you hopeful that will go ahead?
Yeah, I obviously want to see Rangers successful, and I think if there were to be, if someone came in that had the financial capability to go out and buy better players, that can only be good news. It doesn't guarantee anything, but it would be good news.
There's obviously a really big game coming up in the Europa League over in Istanbul. Are you hopeful?
I won't be going there. I might go to the home game. I won't be too welcome in the Fenerbahce stadium, but I'm going to try and get to the home game.
I take it you know from experience how tough that will be, the atmosphere there.
Listen, I've played in lots of big derbies, and the most ferocious one, and the most passionate one, is still the Old Firm game. So for the players, it'll be like an Old Firm game in terms of atmosphere.
What do you make of the former Ibrox manager's comments? Let me know down below. In other news, a major update has emerged in the takeover of Rangers. A deal for the Scottish Premiership giants to be taken over has been agreed in principle with 49ers Enterprises. The US investors have been in talks for several months after acquiring a majority shareholding in the club. Now, it seems that Parag Maurath, president of San Francisco 49ers investment strand, is closing in on the deal. Sky Sports states that a period of due diligence will now take place, with legal paperwork is concluded. Maurath, who is also chairman of the Leeds United, is working alongside Andrew Kavanagh, who is executive chairman of Pareto Health. The US consortium are seeking at least a 51% stake in Rangers. If they succeed, they will take control of the boardroom at Ibrox and become the key decision makers at the club. Dave King is currently the largest shareholder at Rangers, and this deal will involve the South African-based businessman selling his stake, along with others including Douglas Park, George Taylor, Stuart Gibson, and others. 49ers Enterprises also owns Championship League leaders Leeds, so will need to pass the Scottish FA's multi-club ownership rules, albeit it's believed the SFA are ready to approve the takeover. In other news, Rangers fans are growing increasingly frustrated with goalkeeper Jack Butland following another costly error during their 2-1 defeat to Motherwell at Ibrox on March 1st. Butland, once a reliable and consistent performer, has struggled with his form this season, making several high-profile mistakes that have directly contributed to Rangers' poor results. The latest blunder came when Butland, after regaining possession from a Motherwell set-piece, attempted a risky pass to Cyril Dessers. Dessers lost the ball, giving Motherwell another chance to attack. Although Dan Casey's shot was straightforward and should have been an easy save, Butland spilled the ball into the path of Luke Armstrong, who made no mistake in finishing. This error set the tone for a difficult afternoon for Rangers, compounded when Tom Sparrow doubled Motherwell's lead later in the match. While Butland could not be blamed for the second goal, his earlier mistake set Rangers on the back foot. And despite Dessers scoring in the second half and having another goal disallowed for offside, the Light Blues were unable to salvage any points. Butland's performance is part of a worrying trend. Despite his prior reputation and key role in last season's Europa League run, where Rangers reached the round of 16 before being knocked out by Benfica, the goalkeeper has kept just one clean sheet in his last 9 appearances across all competitions. This decline in form has made him a focal point of fan frustration, and many supporters are calling for change. With Liam Kelly waiting as an alternative, some fans believe that Butland's time as Rangers' first-choice goalkeeper could be coming to an end. Former manager Philippe Clement maintained faith in Butland, and interim manager Barry Ferguson has followed suit, but the growing calls for a change between the sticks are becoming harder to ignore. Some fans have suggested that signing a new goalkeeper should be a massive priority for Rangers once the transfer window opens, with others going as far as to say Butland should leave the club altogether. However, replacing Butland might not be straightforward, as the financial implications of bringing in a top-quality goalkeeper could be significant. That said, a potential Rangers takeover by the San Francisco 49ers ownership group could provide the necessary funds for reinforcements. Until then, the pressure on Butland will continue to mount, and his past performances can only buy him so much goodwill from the Ibrox faithful. If his form doesn't improve soon, the calls for a new number 1 will only grow louder. In conclusion, Jack Butland's struggles this season have left Rangers fans increasingly frustrated, with his latest mistake against Motherwell only intensifying calls for change. Despite being a key figure for the Light Blues in previous campaigns, including a standout Europa League run, Butland's recent form has been well below expectations, keeping just one clean sheet in his last 9 appearances. While interim boss Barry Ferguson has maintained faith in the goalkeeper, the mounting errors have led supporters to question whether it's time for a new number 1. Financial concerns could complicate the process of replacing Butland, but with a potential Rangers takeover by the San Francisco 49ers, the funds for reinforcements could be on the horizon. For now, the pressure remains on Butland to turn his form around, but until improvements are seen, the dissatisfaction among fans is unlikely to subside. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.